So, South Park and Ed and Eddy weren't better than I expect. Though that was some time ago. Anyways, enjoy. Ooh. Ed was a wreck when his mother and father called him to the living room for a family meeting. Of course, being around Eddy did get him into trouble once in a while, but not so long, as his grades never slipped and he did all of his chores. His parents tended to dismiss his action as boys will be boys, or he'll eventually grow out of it. He found himself wondering just what he had done to warrant their actions. Perhaps he had crossed the line. Was there a chore he had forgotten to do? Had he not signed the sticky notes to assure them that he had read them and done what they asked? Or were they planning something and needed to let him in on it? Whatever it was, Ed did his best not to let his nerves show, to which he was doing a poor job of, by the way, as he seated himself on the couch in between them, his hands folded on his legs. He silently waited politely after greeting them, nothing but small smiles and relaxing a bit, figuring he shouldn't be too worried, as they didn't seem to be in a sore mood. His mother was the one who finally broke the ice. "Honey, we called you down here because, well, we're worried." "Worried?" Ed inquired, confused. "About what?" "Well, his father rubbed the back of his neck as he tried to figure out how best to phrase it so his fragile son wouldn't panic. Finally, kiddo, we're a little worried about you spending too much time with those boys you hang out with." "I don't understand," Ed admitted, his hands now clinging to the edge of the couch cushion he was currently seated on, gripping it to the point that his knuckles turned white. "Am I in some sort of trouble? I've been keeping up my chores and schoolwork, which we're very proud of you, honey," his mother asserted with a kind smile, resting her hands on his shoulders in an effort to calm him. "It's not that you're in trouble," his father continued. "It's just that even though you get along with almost everyone here, you're going to gain a bad reputation if you choose to be around those two in the future as much as you are now. We know you go to school with them, and they often come over, making you spend time with them. So your father and I have been trying to come up with some way to get you away from it. Maybe expand your horizons a little, sweetie. So I've been in touch with my brother in Colorado, and he agreed to let you stay there with them. See his older self for college a couple weeks ago, and so they have a special room for you that you can stay in. His other son is a few years younger than you, but from what he's told me, there are a lot of kids there in the town for you to interact with, and a lot of social events that occur so you can get to know them. How's that sound?" "You want me to go all the way to Colorado. But what about school? We've already spoken to the school. You'll be attending the high school there this year. Freshman year is the perfect time to make a fresh start, his mother replied. You'll be leaving tomorrow. That way you have a couple of weeks to get adjusted there before the school year officially starts. Tomorrow. But, we've already gotten the plane ticket. One way so you don't have to worry about going alone. His father went on. I'm sorry, but the sooner the better. We just don't want you to feel obligated to stay because of how your friends will react. This is a wonderful opportunity and we don't want you to pass it up just because of them, his mother explained as she smiled sadly at him. So that's why we met in the morning rather than the evening like we usually do for meetings, Ed realized aloud. So can I say goodbye to them and start packing? Nothing else was said. His father patted him encouragingly on the back before Ed gave them both a weak smile and small nod before heading out, not looking forward to sharing the news.
Boom, baya.